What's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Fun Day. Talking about crossover and some Donny Gates. We got the usual panel members plus special guest first appearance, as we would call it. So we'll get started, get the panel introduced, and get into it. So first up, we got Cat 60. What's going on, Cat 60?
Why am I first, man? Why always picking on me?
I mean, I just go down the line, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man. I don't care. So happy Sunday, and let's get it going.
What's going on, Captain Comics? Appreciate you coming out, showing some love, brother. Up next, we're gonna go ahead and introduce Brother Man.
And it's me.
Shit, my bad. What's going on,
Hey, I knows it.
Oh man,
That's all right, man. You're going
that was
fine.
a fail.
There's a pen right there, honey.
What's going on, Brother Man?
Thank you, sir. Oh, man, it's going to be a great night, day. I can't wait to talk about episode 6, man. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, man. So apparently we have a new host for Poser's show tonight. So let's see how that one goes.
Oh.
A new host.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing until we get there. So
A new host.
we'll take one step at a time. But I just want to leave you guys in suspense for that one.
Hey, man, I'm just gonna be a minute. So if you're looking for me, I'm AFK.
All right, brother. Cam's not at his seat, so we're gonna go ahead and introduce the next one. All right, quit.
It is a name what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it. That's right, it's metaphorical.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Let's get it. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, man. Definitely. So, Harry Seward, what's going on, brother, man? Anyone that's on the panel in the chat that wants to jump over and join us, you're more than welcome. Just hit me up on IG. I'll send you the link, and you can dive right into the book right along with us.
Nice.
So, Cam, are you at your seat to say what's up?
Oh shit! Playing with his thumb again.
Nah, he's rearranging the office.
He's like, "You want to see a dead body?"
What's going on, Bixby?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, fam?
All right, we got KM.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's enjoying a good Sunday. Can't wait to get into some crossovers. Talk.
Well, don't hurt yourself with that hammer there, my friend.
No.
You already got one black thumb.
I don't have a hammer.
Hey, Craig, what
I don't know
you
about.
trying to do? Build a clubhouse?
I don't even have a hammer. All right.
What's going on, Papa Willie? All right.
How you gonna fuck your thumb up on your day off?
Oh shit. We're gonna go ahead and introduce our guest. We got Promiscuous Time Traveler in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? First appearance. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man.
Or is this
Appreciate
a
it.
cameo?
Nah,
Oh yeah,
this
just a cameo. I'm only gonna be here for 5 minutes, 2 panels. Uh,
uh,
hey, but I'm looking forward to talking about Image Comics homage to Image Comics.
yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, man. I heard you really, really like the book.
Oh heck yeah! Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, we're gonna get into it. So day one was the most excited.
Was he?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and apparently he was right all along. So therefore I'm gonna let Big J1 start off.
Okay, so I won't get too crazy into that. I was right, but I was right.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, back to the story at hand, man. Freaking L is wielding freaking Valifax like it's a gosh dang second hand, swinging that thing around, using his magical powers, just craziness. Man, unbelievable episode.
Wait a minute. Before we let you off the hook, what was you right about?
Yeah, I want to know.
I mean, you can't make blanket statements like that and then not, you know what I'm saying, not back them up with hard evidence, man.
Okay, so a lot of the things that we've talked about in the show, especially when people were really banging on it, Meta,
Cat 60
was that we weren't going to actually get the crossover. Now,
Hey,
did
I
we get
never
the
said that we
crossover that
wasn't gonna
everybody
get the
wanted?
crossover.
Not necessarily, but we got the crossover. We didn't get a Marvel, we didn't get a DC, but we got a Boom, we got IDW, we got Image, we got all these different properties. I think it was 23 altogether. 23 different individual properties got brought over in this episode. Not a single one was Marvel or DC legally, but
legally.
they came, they were there, and
They
it was
came, they saw, they
fucking
conquered.
awesome. It was awesome. I'm like, when you see, my favorite part of all was seeing freaking a tomahawk barging through the freaking wall with freaking axe coming at, with his axe coming through, going to town. I'm like, gave me chills as I was reading
Tell
it.
us how you feel.
Gave me chills. That's no joke. I would have, of course, I would have liked to have seen a Marvel or a DC, but it didn't need it. The storyline was amazing, and episode 6, volume 6, issue 6, whatever you want to call it, man, really tied some stuff up. Really tied some stuff up, man. The speculation that we talked about that L was actually a freaking comic book character, bam, there you go. The speculation we talked about that the
Damn, there you go.
there's quite a bit more, but anyways,
But
Cat
wait,
60,
yeah.
you let your dog run away again?
man, what the hell is he doing,
Yeah.
man?
Anytime the front door opens, the dog freaks out.
We're gonna call Peter
I-
on you, Cat.
I had a little cleanup I had to do, so I had to bring some stuff out to the garbage because I had a busy day, and the dog freaked out.
Oh man, not like this.
Yeah, open the front door, the dog fucking barks.
Shout out to the
Yes.
dog for keeping Cat 60 on his toes.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I was listening on my phone, so yeah, I did have a problem with the way crossover was going because I expected a little bit more, a little bit more out of the concept of crossover. I mean, I was like, if there's no significant crossover, I'm done with Kate's. And actually, in reality, there was no Marvel, there was no DC. But again, I think that 6 was pretty decent. The characters they did bring in, they just didn't bring in all Kate's characters. So
Yeah, Now, this is the question that I'm going to ask. That's kind of touch base on what Cat 60 just said. So, on that note, Gates is basically what you would call done with crossover. Chip Zdarsky will take over on issue 7. Now, is that where you guys believe that Marvel characters may come in? With Chip
I don't know.
Zdarsky?
I don't know about that.
I think it's a stretch, man, because if anybody was going to bring him in, it would have been Cates, in my opinion. I mean, it is his title, so like, I don't know. Anything's possible at this point. I mean, but it seems like if anybody was
Because
going
I mean, you already know that Cates is still involved in the book, and all they're doing is just keeping us on our toes.
I know,
Well,
but what
the big thing is Cates would be the one to bring everything in because hell, Cates wrote for so many Marvel freaking titles
it's
that,
not like
he would have.
Marvel.
He would have probably the best opportunity to say, "Hey, man, I want to bring Thor over. Hey, I want to bring Venom over, or I want to bring Carnage over, or something." He would have the best opportunity to actually bring those characters over. And if they don't, I mean, I don't think that's really a big deal because he did introduce some cool characters. There was some older characters that got a little bit more spotlight, which I think is kind of awesome. There were some good characters that he brought in.
Yeah, and you got to look at where Kate started. He started with an internship at Marvel, so he should have had some kind of licensing or some people that he talked with. I agree with what Collector's Den said. The most that we'll see of Marvel and DC is probably just like Easter egg stuff.
Yep, hidden cameo.
Yep, I agree.
Shadowy figures, toys, things like that.
I mean, in six, if you look in the background, I mean, there's a representation of Galactus, Silver Surfer. I mean, there's all kinds of representation, and also like in the first one, I mean, you could go through those panels and you saw characters like Tick and so I mean, they were just representation, and you could say that it's them, but it's not.
I mean, it could be construed as them.
Yeah.
But it's not like nobody comes out. It's not never going to be on a CGC label or like a label because there's not enough evidence to confirmly say that it's X, Y, or Z. So that's kind of the issue.
That's fair.
So, like, if it's not good enough to go on the label, is it really in there?
According to CGC, is that what you're saying?
No, I mean in general. If it's not recognized,
fuck CGC.
If it's not recognized by the powers that be, CGC being one of them,
CGC ain't got no power to be nothing.
CGC is just one of the people I'm referencing, though. I'm talking about
CGC's an outlet.
Yeah, but you know what? Fucking Hit Girl was in there, and that was badass.
That was awesome. Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I forgot to say this. If you guys have not read crossover and you guys don't like spoilers, I suggest you not to watch
Too late. Congratulations. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Oh shit.
He said, that's
if you read the title of this video and you think there's not going to be spoilers, you're wrong.
I tried to tell you, man, this is why we can't have nice things. Y'all gonna learn sooner or later.
Oh man. The biggest thing that got to me is one of the main characters died, which is something that normally doesn't happen in a book or in a movie for that instant.
Yeah, seriously.
Like the comic book owner died. He's gone.
Done, man. He caught a hot one to the chest.
Yeah, you know what? I'll believe that if he just never comes back in.
He's gonna be another Superman.
There is something. There is something to say that it is in a comic book, and people never really die in comics.
Well, think of it this way: yeah, he's supposedly dead. They ran off. They showed his lights going out. I get all that. But what if he was just passing out and somebody came along and saved him?
So he's in a coma, for instance, is what you're saying.
Yeah, or what if somehow he crosses over into the comic book
Realm. Yeah.
and he actually becomes a comic book character.
Sounds like a goddamn conspiracy.
I mean, Kat, you said that we saw his lights go out. I'm pretty sure that was Elle that we saw the lights go out.
Yeah, I believe that was Elle. She was gazing out as Ryan took her onto the other side.
Hold on.
She's like, take me on through to the other side.
Because Otto said, you owe me. You burned down my comic shop. Just listen.
Yeah, I'm looking at the page right now. He just walks away from him and then goes and takes care of Elle.
Okay, my bad.
Damn, Cat.
Hey, man, I'm not like J1. I can't be right all the time.
Oh no, you're right about
hey, you
the
got
theory of it, though.
You got that Sex Panther knowledge.
Can we talk a little bit about Otto? Because he kind of represents a lot of us. Like every time somebody would show up, he'd be like, "Oh dang, this is awesome," and like we're also going like, "Oh dang, this is awesome." Like we could always relate. Like you relate to the guy. He's the guy that loves the old stuff. Like this is all based around like '90s comics.
Well, we're gonna have to pour out some liquor for him, man.
It was definitely based.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. To our boy Otto, man.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
The biggest thing is for me also, I'll go back to kind of touch base on what it sounds like Cat's barely reading the book.
No. I just fucking
where Thomas said Invincible, oh my goodness, what an episode. That kind of shocked me as well. So we actually don't know who Elle is. Because Elle was living a disguised life, as I would call it, because she said my parents aren't really from Denver. So.
I have been searching and searching.
Mr. Wright, what have you found?
I have not found yet. So the one thing that we figured out, well, that we know, right, is that the comic book characters are not aging. They're the age they were in the comics, so they're not aging. So I was trying to find a freaking blonde-haired freaking girl around age 18 to 20 with short hair like that.
Mm.
And I hate to say, but one of the only ones that I've been able to find was freaking Captain Marvel, but we know that's
but it's not Carol Danvers. That was our initial thought, right? when me and Cam had seen it, but it's not likely to be Carol Danvers.
Now my feelings and thoughts is that she's just a secondhand character in a story that she probably only showed up like once or twice, maybe something like that, in one of my guess Image properties, like a major title, like maybe as a brother or a sister or a child of a superhero.
So in this instance,
I'm searching now.
So in this instance, I'll say this. So we all established that it was the first appearance of Elle, Otto, Ryan, and Ava, and issue 1. So now, what does that actually do to her first appearance? Now that we know that she's not Elle,
that's what I'm saying. Is that it would have been a cameo?
Well, hold on. What's to say she's not Elle?
She definitely ain't the character that
we thought she was.
Issue 1.
It was a disguise.
That was a disguise. It's just like
I totally understand that's a disguise.
It's just like the Domino thing, dude. Like when you first quote unquote see Domino, and it's technically the clone.
No, I understand. I understand the whole concept of she was in disguise. However, what I'm trying to say is that what's to say that she's not Elle, and what's to say that Elle in this in this thing isn't some big major character in comic books. I mean, probably not, because there's comic book people that read comics, so they would have kind of picked her out who she was.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know what we don't know. That's one of the things.
Goddamn conspiracy.
Is she Elle or is she Steve?
I bet you the
Maybe
dude on the
she's just a normie too and has no superpowers.
I don't know. I think that's a stretch.
It's not just the superheroes that they brought over, right?
But
Like
she
all
grabbed the
normal
sword.
characters. Yeah, but that's because she's a comic book character.
Yeah, but even in
You know what I mean?
Even in the comics, if a non, you look at it like the Thor hammer. If a non-worthy fucking comic book character grabs a sword, it's going to disintegrate their ass.
Well, with the Thor hammer, I know,
but I'm
over
just using
20 examples of people holding it.
Oh, look, I'm just using it as an example. I'm saying that usually the issue, if you're not worthy to grab that sword, something bad happens to you when you touch it.
Right. So what were the requirements to wield it?
I don't know. We'd have to go back and find out. But what I'm saying is, if she can wield it, that has some significance.
Well, when he back into that actual storyline, right? He never said. He said, "I only let those I find worthy."
Yeah.
He never said what the requirements were. I mean, a normal human being, if they're good and they're trying to fight for a just cause, he might be like, "Yeah, you're good," or he might say a bum on the street is good. I mean, you never know what's going through freaking Valifex's mind.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Ryan picked up Valifax too, and then Elle's like, "Did anything happen?" And he goes, "No, nothing happened."
Yeah, he let him carry it, but that was it.
Well, here's something to think of too. If you look in the panels on 6,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, cool.
As long as it's not one of your bizarre dick pics.
Not this time.
All
right. Is she getting zapped directly? I mean, and everybody else is kind of just, feeling the shock of what this was. But it looks like she's getting fucking hit directly. And it kills Otto. Doesn't kill her. Is that what that looks like to you or not? Anybody? Bueller?
Sorry, I'm thinking, who's the dude that's upside down?
Okay. Make me big. Make that picture big, dude. Solo me out. Is she getting zapped right here directly by this dude, whoever that is, which...
No. The dude crashing into the car is the guy holding his head.
Yeah, Elle is the one horizontal driving away.
Is this Elle? This is Elle.
No. Elle's down to the bottom right. Her yellow jacket and her purple.
Purple shirt, blue jeans.
Oh, yeah, that's this guy. I'm
that
sorry,
dude
you're right.
slammed into the car.
It's that guy. Never mind.
Yeah.
He says this guy.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Sorry,
Okay,
dude.
good. This is where we just don't see him die. He just shuts his eyes and then Ryan runs off. He tells him to shut up.
Oh man, not like this.
Yeah, and he could still be alive.
Yeah.
I hope
There's
he is,
nothing
man.
to say
I relate to
there's
him.
nothing to say that he just didn't pass out. I mean, was he checked?
Yeah.
He could have STD, so
He might get re-engineered. He could get pieced together with some of the superheroes again and making him an amalgam. Then later in the story, she gets to fight him.
Oh, that'd be intense.
So another big question that I got.
Father.
What do you guys think about Chip Zdarsky writing issue 7 and so forth? from 7. My prediction is 7 to 11, I think, or 7 to 13. I think the story is a lot bigger than what we originally had thought.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean, it was
definitely world
supposed to,
building here.
that's a given because it was supposed to be over already.
I don't think it was necessarily supposed to be over already. I honestly believe when Donny Cates was talking about the book itself, he meant he was writing 1 through 6, but just didn't say it.
That's that bullshit, man. Stop capping for this dude.
So there's more to the story, as you guys know that Scott Snyder, Chip Zdarsky, and a list of other names are supposed to contribute to the book itself. Now, I'm gonna say what I said, and I'm gonna say it again. Do you guys honestly believe that each writer will have their own series in crossover to come to one big conclusion at the end?
Who's to say this one ends?
Yeah, you're right. It could be the end.
Who's to say it's not going to go on forever? Don't put it past
I
my
think
guy.
on a smaller scale. Like when Chip comes on, he'll bring some of the characters that he worked on. This is kind of like the first 6 were like a Donny Cates fan parade. Like the end of every book said like join the cult, the Cates cult and stuff like that. And he was selling merch in the back page. I think the same thing or at least something similar will happen with Chip Zdarsky.
It's a money grab, man. That's what it sounded like. I want a refund. No, I'm bullshitting.
Where's Kaden? He's been quiet throughout this
I don't know,
whole.
man. He's probably rereading the issue right now, rethinking his life.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Yeah.
Not like this.
Keep
He's sitting
talking. I'm
on
on
the
issue
toilet.
4.
Doing the talk show. Give him a minute.
Hey,
let
man,
him
Smokey
speak
taking
up,
his
balance
shit.
out.
Smokey taking a shit.
Oh, shit.
Pinch it off, Miguel.
I totally think though that all the writers will have their little limelight moment, and then they'll move on to another writer, and they'll see how far they can take it. I don't think it's gonna all culminate together, but they got to have an end game.
I honestly think what's going to happen is each writer they have stated that's going to write in the book will write, and Donny Cates will come magically back, finish it off.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Rat bastard.
That's reasonable though.
I mean, I still lost a little respect for Donny Cates over this shit. I'm gonna be honest.
There's an end game, but it's
I'm
not
just saying,
happening.
even if he produces at this point, he done lost. He done pissed me off a little bit, man, because it's like it feel kind of like a money grab, man. It still feel like a money grab.
But he can't break the plot just to make you happy.
It ain't about breaking the plot. He out of it, so he ain't breaking shit. This was his last issue, so what else? He ain't breaking shit. And like I'm saying, unless you saying that he gonna make a surprise appearance, but
yeah, I honestly think he's gonna make a comeback. I mean, he'll come back and wrap this story up.
Well, we can wish in one hand and shit in the other, but at this point, it's like beat me once. You know what I'm saying? Fool me once.
Fool or beat? Which one you want?
Hey, look, man. Me and him was on very nefarious terms right now, man. He better be coming with some smoke on his first issue, or I'm to be honest, like I'm saying, it's still bullshit. If Chip ain't up in the game on his next issue, it's some shit in the game, man. Because Donny, what's he gonna do and come back? You think what he gonna do? Come back and write something better than what he already did? You think it's gonna be more hype than it already was? No.
No, he was just saying that he'll come back and kind of wrap everything up.
Well, if he wrapped it up like he wrapped up this shit,
Okay, that's fair.
It's gonna
And I agree with you on the money
if
grab
he wrapped
thing.
it up like he wrapped up this, then it's gonna be leave something to desire. Can we all agree on that?
No.
Oh shit.
He said nay. Oh man.
So you're content. You're content with the way that the story ended. And
I'm
like,
with
if
I'm
there
with
was
you.
not an issue,
I'm with you, Meta. We had baby
look,
baby hit.
I'm gonna be very clear about the question, so we ain't so we on the same page. If there was not if Chip was not right in issue 7, and this was the end of crossover,
I'd be upset because
would
it
be
ended with a cliffhanger.
content.
Yeah,
with,
I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed,
yeah.
but it's not over. That's the thing.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
But here's the thing, right? It's not over. It's not. It's
Donny Cates part of the run is over.
Who
Yeah, and I
is
think
to
that's
say that Donny Cates is over?
That's a fair argument that his part of the run is over.
Because he can come back.
He can come back on issue 8 if he wants.
He
That's
can do a
already
lot
been.
of things. He can fly a spaceship around the planet. I mean,
so Chip Zdarsky
now
is
you're
writing.
doing what I do, over exaggerating.
I'm saying we can theorize on all kind of shit he could do.
Chip Zdarsky is going to
He
write
can come
7
back
and
and write
8.
shit.
From what I know so far.
If we're gonna theorize, he could come back and he could do another 6 issues, and half of them could be Marvel and half of them could be DC.
This could be a 30 run volume, man. You don't know.
We don't know, but I'm talking about the shit we do know. What we do know is that he ended this run with something to be desired.
No, he ended this run, and here's what he left to be desired for me. I want more. That's what he left me to be desired.
I mean, obviously, you gonna want more, especially if they ended with a cliffhanger.
Exactly.
You can't just end a story with a cliffhanger and be like, that's all, folks.
Man, it's just like television shows, man. They end a series, they end a freaking season on like some crazy cliffhanger.
So
why? Because they want people talking about it and asking questions about it and thinking about it and looking forward to the next time they start back up. Now, what's to say where Chip Zdarsky starts writing isn't someplace else in the story talking about something completely different?
It is in a new place. It's in a new. I forgot how to explain it, but it's in it's not in the same original place where Donny Cates had wrote it. It's going to be something totally different in a sense. So we have to see where Chip Zdarsky is going to go with this story in order kind of to piece it all together.
Man, we could find the same story from like 5 different angles from 5 different guys talking about how it affects all these different groups. And then they could be some kind of crazy mashup at the end where all the stories tie together.
Hey, but you gotta watch Donny Cates though, because you know he's a magician,
dude. He brings shit out of nowhere.
Look, man, I'm a number 1 Donny Cates fan.
No, you're not a number 1 Cates Donny fan anymore. You say you wanted to fight him.
Listen.
You said you wanted to fight him.
I'm the one that made us even aware of the of crossover to begin with. So, like I'm saying,
but now you flop.
Acquire. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking as a Donny Cates fan that reading what I read, I feel like he should have produced more. I feel like the way that he sold it.
That's only because you have high expectations.
No, man. I'm talking about words. Bro, let's go back to let's not talk about expectations. Let's go back to issue 1. Okay? Let's go back to the first person's name that they mentioned. Superman. We still
like the first 2 lines.
Let me finish. Listen. First person's name that we saw. There was a comic book character in the book. Superman. Still have yet to see him. Okay? They mention him. Second or third page when they're talking about the shit Attack on the City, when they're talking about people with hammers and web slingers and all that shit. That's Easter egg number 2. They're basically saying
people dressed as bad.
Yes. Now, That's 2 references just in the first book. Let's go back and watch the video when we all sat here and talked about the speculation of what we saw in the book. That shit was a goddamn bait and switch. He did not produce like he was supposed to, not as like he was alluding to both in his interviews before he came out with crossover and the Easter eggs that he's laying in crossover. Now, you can say that we set higher expectations. No, this is shit that's literally in the book. So he put the first person's character's name that he mentions in the book is a DC character. That's not like my opinion. That's what happened. So
he laid the foundation for
he started
DC
it.
Marvel
Yes.
crossover.
He even let's expand on that. Now, boom, that's 2 things. Already, I don't believe in coincidences. Let's take the last panel of issue number 1. Fucking who she draw. And he's like, oh, who's that? Everybody in the motherfucking world, 99.99% of motherfuckers that seen that panel thought that was Superman. So everybody who read issue number 1 came out of that shit thinking we're going to see Superman sometime in crossover, and we still yet to see this motherfucker. Can we agree or disagree on that?
Kryptonite.
I'm just saying, can we agree or disagree?
No, I agree.
No, I agree with that, but
All
I could also agree that we got a cameo of Spawn, but not.
Have we seen
full.
Superman yet?
No.
Okay.
What? I thought we were going to see him when they brought out picture, and they're like, "Is that a drawing of me?"
Exactly.
Yeah, we still
And
haven't.
he's sitting there holding it, and then we see Madman, or yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't say it was, though. That was still the funny part.
Yeah, she never really confirmed whether it was
Which
Madman.
I'm with that, but that's that bullshit. Like I'm saying, you can say all that shit in issue 1 coincidence. That's not coincidence, dude. Did they mention his name? That the last panel supposedly quote unquote him. That in like I'm saying in right around when they're talking about the cities and they're talking about every superhero that you've ever read about has been cited, but yet we've not seen none of these fucking heroes in the fucking goddamn comic. Okay.
How about the big one with Doctor Strange? I mean, there was a panel where Doctor Strange was building that dome. You know, that's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. And she even looked at Dark and
called him Doctor Strange.
And called him Doctor Strange.
You're like, you're not Doctor Strange.
So, like I'm saying, I don't believe in coincidences. This shit keep happening. That's called bait and switch. He's selling you on the idea of that you're going to see one of these motherfuckers appear, and they've yet to appear. It's been 6 issues, and no Marvel or DC character has full-fledged appeared in crossover. Period. Now,
well, let me ask you this, Meta.
Why you
Let's
mad, bro?
say that there wasn't any Marvel drops or insinuations of Marvel or DC. Would you be fine with them just keeping it strictly indies?
I would.
Yes, I would have actually been completely okay with even crossover being what it was, the same concept if we weren't bait and switched, meaning he could have did the same concept with like Spawn as Superman or any other fucking character that we were actually gonna see. Not like Mr. Einstein. Like he could have sold it as he could have did a better twist with Mr. Einstein and like laid better Easter eggs in issue 1 to lead up to it being Mr. Einstein instead of basically lying and pretending like it was Superman and then coming out to be it's a different character. That was a bait and switch, bro. Period.
Yeah, the same thing with Doctor Strange. I mean, that
Exactly.
was a big spec.
That's what I'm saying, and that was issue 2. So he's still selling you in issue 2. Oh, I'm gonna mention Doctor Strange as if you're gonna see one of these motherfuckers, and we're still waiting. That's like a girl who keep promising you, hey, she gonna come over, you gonna go on a date with her, but it's 6 months later. 6 months later, you still texting her. You need to give up, bro. Like, move on. She ain't that into you.
So you're saying that Donny Cates is catfishing us with
yes,
DC and Marvel.
This motherfucker is playing with our he knows that there's diehard stands out there like us that are gonna go hype. I'm gonna admit it. He knew that he could print bullshit. Motherfuckers is gonna buy it because his name's on it. And he when you alluded to it, In the back of every issue is, hey, merch, buy this, buy that. That has nothing to do. Well, how about you tell the story correctly? How about
I don't
you
think
not?
he's told the story incorrectly, dude.
How
It's
about
been
you
good.
be? Oh, all right. How about this? How about you be more authentic and honesty on storytelling? Because I feel like I was lied to. So I mean, maybe I'm the only one that feels like that. But coming from a
Because you
diehard,
were lied to, sir.
hey, well, maybe. So I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with Donny Cates.
You might be.
You want a divorce?
Maybe, man. He better
Damn, he
hope he
said
signs a
maybe.
prenup. So I'm taking half. But look, man, I want to love it as much as the next man.
I just want to know what KM's thoughts are.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Cam's thoughts are like, oh, this chicken's good.
Is he not in the other room, Mike? Go hit him in the head or something.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna be a complete negative Nancy. The last issue was fire.
No, you're lazy. I mean, lazy. You're a negative Casey.
Well, I mean, look,
You're negging. You're negging.
it was a good issue, but like I'm saying, that doesn't change the fact that all throughout the arc up until now, we were sold. We didn't even get half really. I feel like of what we should have. Like we didn't even get like a lower level Marvel or DC character. You mean
Maybe
like
that was a part of the plot?
I'm just saying we didn't even get like a B list character fucking cross. Like you couldn't even get a cheap fucking like the cheapest low tier fucking Marvel or DC character. Like not one of them. One in 6 issues. One.
Okay, so on that matter right there, when they make a Marvel movie, right, with the exception of the last 2 major ones, right, how many superheroes have they usually had in a movie?
What do you mean? Not a lot.
Like 1 or 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah.
And why is that?
Licensing.
Because,
Licensing.
Yeah.
Licensing, no matter how you look at it, it comes straight down to money. Money.
okay, so what I'm saying is this: that you tell me Donny Cates, the man who he is, the clout he has with Marvel and shit, that he couldn't have got like
This motherfucker.
you choose.
Did you really do all that right now?
Look, I'm saying you just choose the lowest, cheapest, most available, brand new rookie character. They couldn't have got that character. Donny Cates don't got deep enough pockets to do that. I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe the Image.
All right.
Image has already had Superman in issue 10. Somebody afforded that shit, but somehow Image couldn't afford it. One cheap character for this book.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to disagree with you, but here's the thing: they're not selling the rights of the character to Donny Cates. They're selling it to Image. How many crossovers with Marvel or DC has Image had?
I'm sure at least one.
I have not seen one. Not one.
I don't think there has been.
The only company that's not Marvel or DC that does business with Marvel and or DC.
They did crossovers with Top. Image did. And, Marvel did a crossover with Top Cow and shit. Because I have like Silver Surfer, Top Cow, like Witchblade fucking comics that are crossovers. I know 100% I have one of those.
I didn't know Top Cow was Image.
Well, I mean, they're like indie. They're Top Cow and Image make books together. I mean, Top Cow would seem to me like they would be smaller than Image.
I have other crossovers with other companies. I agree.
So
but I've never seen one with Image. And maybe because Image doesn't want to pay up that licensing fee.
So all right, let's take Marvel out of it. Issue 10, we basically had Superman in issue 10. Why didn't we at least get Superman? We've already had him in Spawn 10. Basically, why didn't we get him at least like that right now in the 6 books we've had? Why didn't we get at least one DC character, even a more minor character? If they got him before like that, I'm sure they could have got a more minor character than Superman from DC. Right now,
I know you, like I said, you wanted the Marvel, you wanted the DC. But we really did have 23 different freaking crossover characters. I mean, that's nothing to snap. That's nothing to snub their nose at. I mean, not at all.
I'm not agreeing. Look, kudos.
I know you're not agreeing.
Kudos to that. Kudos to him managing to pull that off. But
Cam,
that is not what he sold us, man.
Cam, we haven't heard from you all show. What was your take on crossover?
No, I just stood back and just heard all of the negative talk. I just wanted to hear all the crow pies I had to bake in the oven. I got one for Meta. I got one for 60. I got one for AM.
Whoa. Was I negative that? Was I negative?
Negative Nancy. Nancy.
I don't even think I was negative. I'm neutral.
Number one, bro.
Hey, I said what I said, man.
On this battle, what do you mean?
I said what I said, man. You heard what I said.
Hey, I'm not on the negative list, so I'm fine with that.
No, Promiscuous, you're not on the negative right now.
Right.
Because I feel you guys are missing the boat on this whole story. In the beginning of Jay brought something up to my attention. And in the beginning of the story, when the guy starts, the narrator of the story.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Ends up noticing that something is wrong. I just went to go pick up issue number 1 just to go reread it. And when you read what the narrator was talking about, he was talking about this is not an ordinary story. And he was talking about, hold on, let me just get it because I don't want to put words in it. So let me just go back.
Dun, dun,
You don't have
dun.
to mute. Crazy.
Yeah, he does. He's flipping through his files and shit.
I'm happy that we're moving this into talking about the narrator, though, because there's some parts.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
That's huge, dude. Huge. The narrator thing was huge.
Oh yeah, look at what do you think about issue 6 where he kind of like faded? I thought that was beautiful.
You know what
Where,
that's
like,
all about, right?
Yeah.
So
That was
up
really
until this point,
Mhm.
Hold on. Let's wait for my. Let's
Yeah,
wait for
yeah.
Miguel.
Let's talk about it after. Wait for Cam to come back.
All right, my
Because
bad.
I
I'm
was the
back.
one I pointed this out to Miguel, and he's like, "Oh,
Hey, but you said something though that caught my attention because I remember when I was reading the story, he says something. Here it is. He's like, "Let me ask you a question, and pay attention. This will be on the final. Who is real? Who is more real, us or Superman?" You know what I'm saying? So right there, if you start reading all of what the narrator is talking to you about, of course, is building up to what Meta is talking to us that we have not seen. But the only reason that I have not given up 100% hope is like when we saw those characters come in, like from Top Cow, and we saw I still gotta say, to me, those are the damn Walking Dead, man. They did it perfectly, bro.
I
They put them in
agree.
black and white. They did it just like Kirkman did it from the beginning, man. Kirkman brought the black
know.
and white. He didn't do no color, man. So
it's
when
still
I
not-
saw The Walking Dead without color, bro, if I would have seen color, then I would have been with you, Jay. But since I didn't see color, I think that those are The Walking Dead. Now I know they didn't call him The Walking Dead. I know they didn't call him The Walking Dead, and he took what did he took the rights of? The Pope guy?
yeah,
What's
Battle
his
Pope.
name? Battle Pope.
Yeah,
That's
Battle Pope.
Kirkman's. Yeah, that's who he
Yeah.
took the rights. But I think it was just a little bit of hint in there, right there when I saw those zombies, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, and the way that the little girl looked at Madman Einstein, that's not the one. That's not the person that saved her, guys. You guys
Agreed.
are missing the boat. You guys are missing the boat. Now we're not gonna get him.
And she's like, "That's not the Doctor Strange that freaking helped me."
Yes, sir. I know Meta's right around it. I know, but Meta, I know you want it. Meta, I think it's what is it? I think Meta reminds me of that commercial. It's my money, and I want it now.
Yeah, hell
What is
yeah.
that one? Where is this like? Yeah, it's my
I
money,
paid
and
good
I want
mon-
it
hey.
now. Give me my money. You know what I mean? That's
I
Meta.
pay good money, man. I don't want no foreplay. I pay good money for this shit. I want no foreplay. I
Yeah,
want to get straight to the.
Here's a good one to think about.
I think they're playing
Who
with
would have
us.
been the easiest character, major character, for Donny Cates to grab?
Mm.
The easiest one.
I still
And
think it's not a DC and it's not a Marvel character. See,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I was
And
thinking of.
it's
Cat. If it was
characters,
a Marvel
Spawn,
character,
dude. Fucking Spawn. Where's Spawn?
All right, motherfuckers, here you go.
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna
see,
come.
I think. Hold on. I think
gonna-
with
I'm gonna
I think
bake you guys' noodles.
wait. I think with. Let me finish this, and then you can go. You can say. I think with Spawn, the reason why he hasn't dropped him yet is because that's like a given. It's an image book. Everybody know. Like that would be like okay. That's not really that. It ain't gonna be really that edgy if Spawn show up.
Yeah, but I think Spawn would have been a great character to bring in just to introduce somebody major.
Man, he came in when they showed us his hand. It was more of that bait and switch. Shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that he was in
yeah,
the
but
jail.
That's a representation. You know, it's not
Okay,
him.
yeah, that's it.
So,
hey,
so
Mike,
can you guys?
do you still got that 1 in 100 foil cover,
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
can you bring it up on the
pull it up. Yeah, I'll
Can
pull
you
it up
pull
right
it up? I wanted to
Yeah,
show you guys something, man.
now.
When-
So
when
can
he-
you guys read this? What it
Yeah, of course.
says? Okay. So this kind of gives us insight. After reading it a little bit, it kind of gives us insight of what's going on past issue 7. Although we have not read issue 7, it gives us insight.
Mhm.
So it says continues as new foes, new alliances join the fold to uncover a deadly mystery
Above the cup.
beyond the walls of the dome with a special guest appearance.
Redacted by legal.
Oh my god.
That's clever. I like that.
No. This is exactly what I wanted him to get into. Exactly what you guys are talking about.
So
I
Because
think it's
check
going to
this
be
out.
from Thor.
This
From the
is
Thor
issue-
book. It's
this
going to
is
be the
issue
fucking
8.
sandwich.
No, dude. Let me just pull it out because I mean we got to get into the fucking the grind because
said
the show.
the foil part, right?
Yeah, put up the foil and I'll bring everything what I'm thinking 100 and it doesn't have to be the foil as long as I get that cover.
No,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay,
this
guys.
is the cover.
Enlarge it a little bit and hit that. Let me get that corner right there at the end. Let me if you enlarge it a little bit, if you can make it big.
Can I zoom in?
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm
What's
not
up,
on my computer,
ME?
so it's different for me.
All right. Well, there's no more because right here they stopped away with the color. Now, if you click it on that dude, if you notice it right on the bottom of and no more I'm not gonna go with right at the bottom because I know what I'm looking at. If you go right there under what's his name?
Savage
Fucking
Dragon.
the dragon. Yeah, Savage Dragon. That's Spawn. And you can actually see his figures and the actual cape. Now
I seen Galactus too.
when you see the leg right there, you see that rock leg. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh no, we've seen this before." That's not the thing. But I always like how people leave you little clues. Now, the build up to me was easy, guys, because I felt like this was an easy build up. I don't think you get the whole thing in the whole shebang in one story 1 through 6. What I think right there, he's not fucking with the color. He's making it orange. You think that's a rock? That's the thing. All right. Now what I'm saying is, if I can,
Is that better for you?
there you go. That's a little better. You can actually see the leg. You can actually see the thing's leg. I think
And a little bit of the arm.
they're giving you, and you see Spawn. They're giving you little clues because what I build, guys. This is what I feel is. Donny Cates is from Image, man. He's doing this from Image, right? So he's giving the right people from Image their dues, right? So he's giving Savage Dragon his dues. He's gonna give Spawn his dues. Spawn is going to appear. I have a feeling he's going to appear in this book, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Check this out. In my point of view, this is where
There
I'm
we
going
go.
with
There
this.
it
This is where I'm going with all of this, guys. So we can wrap it up. He met the
No.
paybacks. That's not the ones that we wanted to meet, right? Eventually, it led him to the Image characters, right? They're gonna form a new team, guys. I have a feeling it's gonna be like Hit Girl, Savage Dragon. We're gonna get Spawn, right? From there, Big Dog, I think for a fact they're going to find the bigger superheroes. I think it's a stepping stool to this shit. I think it's one leading to another to another. So now that the Image characters are going to be involved with the story, I feel like from there now we can then meet the Marvel and the DC guys, because now a Savage Dragon, a Spawn, those characters are up to par with some of these DC Marvel characters, man. And you know that the paybacks are not up to par with Marvel characters, guys. No matter what the hell you tell me, I love the payback little story, but they're not up to par with none of the Marvel characters, man, or DC characters. There's level to this shit, man. There's levels, man. So if there's no rip-offs. It's levels, man. So I think that once the Image characters get involved, I think we're gonna get the big payoff, because then from there, Image will get their dues. And I don't know.
The paybacks are rip-offs.
Oh my god.
They're exactly like other characters.
Oh, Party Crasher 2000. What is up?
Party Crash.
Oh shit! What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming out.
What up, Haterade?
You were probably listening.
Talking about what I hope you're talking about.
Absolutely.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna have to treat you like Cam on this one.
It was the best issue yet.
Oh my God! He said it was a good book.
It was a great issue.
Absolutely. Thank you, Big Baby.
I thought it was the best issue yet.
Absolutely.
Oh, hands down. Yeah, we're all saying
Big Baby's usually the haterade of the group.
Issue 1 and issue 6 were amazing.
It was amazing. It was classic Donny, which I was happy at.
So, but
yeah, well, you guys don't mistake my downing Kate's for the story. The story's awesome. I love the story. I'm just downing the marketing aspect.
Agree.
You know, we were promised
book, though.
We were promised a payoff. That we haven't gotten yet.
Donny Cates. He pushed us so hard. That's Donny Cates. That's why the story was great, because it's Donny Cates. He gave us
in the top right.
Wait a minute. Is this Big Baby still on the mic? Let me.
Yep, that's Big Baby.
Right.
He gave us what we needed to get.
This is so perfect that Donny Cates is doing this. So when everybody jumps off the boat and issue 12 and 13 is the big payoff, nobody got that book. Everybody that was a non-believer didn't get the book. So I got about 25 copies.
And 13 and 14, we go, man, at 15 or 16 is the big buck.
Hey,
and then 15, 16 comes, and 17 or 18 is a big buck.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh my God!
Hey, they sound like that's what they sound like somebody that's been in an abusive relationship.
We got like 10 minutes. Let's
let me say two things here real quick, okay? The first is about the crossover characters, okay? This is going to be real easy, real simple, all right? They have to pay licensing rights for every single issue that they copyright those characters over. That's why whenever major Marvel DC crossovers happen, the max series length is 4 issues. That's the max, right? I've ever seen of any Marvel DC crossover was 4.
Issues 10 through 12. That's where we're getting it.
And that's the truth, man, because it's extremely expensive. There's a lot of legalese that goes into it. So thank you. I tried so quietly. I didn't want to just blurt it out. But that's going to be the thing, right? That's really going to be the thing.
I want my money back.
When those do happen, and I still believe they will, but I think it's going to be like I said, man, an issue 2, 3, maybe even 4. But I don't see it being this great, big, huge, long run because it's financially undoable.
No. So what's going to happen is exactly what's happening now. So we're at issue 7 now. So what it is, and it kind of touches base on what Cam was saying. It's a build-up. Everything is going to build up. Shibs and Arcee is going to take over. You already know there's going to be a bunch of bullshit, random ass story between it, but it's all going to be a part of the plot. It's all going to come together, and it's everyone will see when it happens. It happens, and it happens, whether you have faith that it will happen or you don't.
Now, point
Hey,
number
When it
give it to
happens,
y'all.
it happens.
I
Point
give it
number
to y'all, man. I give it to y'all. Y'all are some optimistic as
I
people.
want to see what Promiscuous has to say on this whole thing, but after I got a little something to say. So after I don't know what's it gonna be. It's gonna probably be after like a big way. They hit a big warehouse, or they open up this fucking door, or they fucking go through this portal again, or some kind of bullshit, and we get Soup or Doctor Strange. I got a bunch of pies over here, you know, and I'll be serving them. I got you guys' address because I ship out books for all of you.
Oh my
All of
god!
you. All of you.
Now, hold on.
I
listen,
got pockets for all
listen.
of you. All right, don't worry about it. I got.
Before we get crazy
babe,
again,
don't worry about it. Make Meta a double, babe. Make Meta a double pie.
I just want to
And
talk
put some
about
hey, and put some
I got
stank on
everybody,
it.
fam.
And put some
I need to
stank
talk
on
about
it.
something that happened
I
in the
drew
story.
I drew Doctor Strange in your copy.
So in the story, guys, right?
I just want to know where this is.
He's missing. We'll find him. Don't worry.
We're gonna find
He'll
him.
write the next one. We'll find him.
J1,
So-
what's your second point?
My big second point, right? So throughout the entire series, issues 1 through 6, right? There's been a narrator. What's a narrator? A narrator tells a story, right? A written story that's been he's basically repeating a history and or telling a falsehood, right? But it's a story. It's already designed and down. But in issue 6, right? In issue 6, the narrator essentially goes away, right? When L stops the dude from killing the little girl, the narrator says, "No, wait, you're supposed to let that happen." Then
Is that why
ignores
they
him
keep
and,
us
and
saying-
talks him out of it, and the narrator's like, "Wait, I'm in charge here," and she just completely ignores him. And then the narrator box literally fades away until it's gone, right?
Is
that
it
now?
That was
This
really
I
beautiful.
never really caught that.
This story, right, is now it's going to go off the wall because now it's no longer history or whatever or omnipotent guy telling the story like the freaking
I thought
narrator
the story-
usually does. Now he has no idea what's happening.
Correct.
So now it's opening the story up to so many kind of crazy things that are going to be off the wall that just who the hell knows. I'm excited.
Yeah, we
I
have to
wish I
be
was excited
excited,
as you
especially
are.
with showing that Chip Zdarsky thing. How it said, "Oh, like in the description, that was a weird story." So it's gonna go off the rails. The narrator doesn't have control of the story anymore, and that's a cool aspect, and I love the way they did it.
Yeah, I mean, blew me away. Like this entire time, if you hadn't noticed that the yellow square boxes are the freaking narrator talking about all the story throughout the whole issues, and then she basically tells the narrator to fuck off. I'm going to do what I want, and then in the very next, I don't have a copy with me, but at the very
I'm
end,
pulling it up.
right? She tells the guy, you know, we don't have to follow their story for us. We can make our own. She literally says it out loud. I mean,
It's towards the back.
Yeah, I'm going.
But yeah, it was really cool how they went about it. Like
right.
his lettering just faded away.
Yeah, keep going back. Keep going. Keep going. It's when he's got the gun to the little girl's head. Or
Yeah.
he's getting ready to shoot.
That's where it began.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. They hadn't gone into the tube yet.
Geez, I was wrong about the back. My bad.
Yeah, it's really close to the front. Keep going. Before
A little
that,
further.
Oh, that's on me, Am. My
Right,
bad, man.
It's right about. No, you're good. It's right.
keep going. Keep going.
Right.
All right, left.
There you go. The very beginning. So
Oh,
go right there. There you go. Wait, this is the narrator. Wait, hold the fuck on. What the? No, this is all wrong. After she stopped him from shooting the little girl. The little girl is supposed to freaking die, according to the narrator. Wait, Ellie, no, you have to let him do this. This isn't how this ends. What is happening? This is the narrator of the story going, what the hell's going on?
Losing control of the story.
Like he reaches for the gun again and he almost chops his hand off and the narrator's like, no. He's like, listen to me, damn it, I'm in control. And she's like, you pick that gun up and I will kill you.
The pigment is fading.
Yeah. I am in control. And now, wait, no more narrator. So the all-knowing, all-omnipotent being that's telling this story is now gone at this point.
Yep, and now we have to listen to Elle. Listen to me.
Yep, I love what she says right here. Scroll down just a little bit more. But I do know this. You don't have to be anyone for anyone else. You can write your own story. I mean, it's crazy. Dude, this episode gave me chills. It was great. Who the fuck cares if a Marvel or a DC came in? It was fucking amazingly good.
I love you, J1.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but when you get the bigger book, big dog, you're gonna get even more chills.
Exactly.
There you go.
I love you guys.
It's true.
Even more chills, and you know what though? Another thing that we haven't picked up.
You sound very.
Oh, he has a double pie right now, right here. He has a double dose.
Extra, oh my god! Hey, I'll wait.
Extra feelings.
Scroll down one page.
You sound like
I'm gonna have to shoot down some fat. I'm gonna have to drive down to downtown LA and shoot some fucking pigeons with crows.
Oh my god!
Just for my boy.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Go one more page and. Guys, oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh, shit, I can't see anything. Wait. And then you get a blurriness of it, and you're like, is this really going to be how it fucking is again? Just a blurry. And then, bam. That right there, dude, that was one hell of a fucking payoff right there. And I don't care.
All right, look, that's one hell of a payoff.
Dude, we're getting them. We're going to get them, fellas. And the only reason I'm telling you why is because another thing that people have not noticed is I think he brought that back. The writers were being taken away in issue 1. There was some missing writers, right, in issue 1. And then we didn't talk about that no more, right? We haven't even mentioned it, right? And then all of a sudden we got Chip coming in and there's a missing poster of Donny Cates, another writer missing. And I think that's going to be my spec is when they find the writers, that's the big payoff.
You know what I feel like?
That's the big payoff.
You know what I feel like right now? You remember when we was kids, when you was a teenager, and you used to go to the mall with your friends and shit, and then the mall would close and shit, and you be standing outside with your friend, and he'd be like, "Yo, man, our friends on their way to come get us, man. I swear, they on their way." That's what y'all sound like, man.
You know, I need everybody to understand where I'm coming from. I love the story. I think the story is freaking badass. What I'm upset about is the marketing the real life shit. Okay? It's not has nothing to do with the story. So if you guys want to shout me down because I don't like the marketing, that's fine. But don't ever take away that I don't think this is a great story. Because it is.
I think it's a good awesome story. I'm with Cat 60. I think it's an awesome story, but I feel like it was told.
You know, if Coke came out today and said, "Hey, keep buying Coke, and we're going to send some hot chick over to blow you," okay, and that never happens, it would be upsetting. You bought a shitload of Coke and you never got your blowjob.
Yeah, what if you don't even like Coke?
If you buy enough Coke, man, they'll come.
I'm just saying, look, what if you don't even like Coke and you was just buying it for the, you know what I'm saying, to get you some top? I mean, shit, you never know. But point being is this, man. I was the most diehard fan, probably before crossover, and I got us on
right. You said was.
I was probably the most diehard Donny Cates fan on the panel. Now, for me to say that the man was dishonest, I've read everything that this motherfucker's just wrote. And I'm telling you,
and I bought all of it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that this shit was did in a somewhat dishonest way. Now, yes, another writer. Here's the caveat, like the asterisk. Even if another writer comes in right now, right, and makes good on the promise of crossover, it wasn't Kate's. I'm saying, I'm still gonna be disappointed in him because I was tracking this shit. I literally was watching all his interviews. I know what he was saying. I know what he positioned in the book. We ain't stupid. We ain't gonna sit here and act like we didn't have all these conversations, issue after issue after issue of the same shit. We're still having it right now, the same exact conversation. Still waiting.
Now, let me ask you a question.
I feel like we're a bunch of teenage kids,
and that's why I think that's why you
right ain't never coming.
That's why I was thinking you're a little wrong on this, fam, because it's called crossover, and he just paid off the crossover.
Hey, look.
But it didn't. It wasn't the DC and the Marvel crossover, but it's not over. So who says that if he does it on issue 9 or 10 or whatever issue he does it from, it's still the crossover? Because what it meant was he was crossing over until it suited him best to cross over DC.
All right. I got a better analogy.
Hold on. Let me say one more thing, and then you can finish, Kat. Look, the reason why. The counter to what you said is this. It's kind of like that song with Jay-Z and Eminem. He can't Donny Cates couldn't let someone come on his title and do something bigger than he did. Meaning, in my opinion, like what Cat 60 was just saying about marketing, it would be a piss poor job of whoever lined this shit up or organized it, that Chip Zdarsky or someone else that was not Donny Cates.
Oh no! I feel Donny's gonna make it all together. I just feel that these guys are going to.
You're saying that Donny Cates is coming back into the run. When?
Whenever he feels like it.
I don't. That's what I think. It's his story. I think he went to Image with this is crossover. This is what I want to do, and one of the things that we failed on to that you are the one that turned me on to this, Meta. So one of the things that I think that we failed to stop and realize was you said that they tried to do this before with McFarlane. And we all know that McFarlane was an Image, and we all know that he tried to do this once and it didn't work out. Only one person went, which was the guy that did what's his name?
Ron Lim?
Cerebus.
Cerebus, right? So
Dave Sims.
Okay, so who's to say that this time the second go around was pitched by Donny back with McFarlane, and this time they agreed to do it. So now all we got to do is sit back and watch. What if they actually agreed to do it, though? You see what I'm saying, fam? What happened was they didn't happen in the first Spawn run, right? It didn't happen, right? So now it happened. So what if you're inviting people to come? Well, it has to take a while for the build-up, because let's say they brought this back to the table, fam. I'm just trying to, because you were the one that got me into this. So let's say they brought this back to the table, fam, and they actually agreed. Well, then many writers had to come in, just like McFarlane wanted it from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
does Chip Zdarsky own any properties? Own intellectual rights to any characters?
No, but he did some good-ass Spider-Man for Marvel, but that's about it.
I know that, but I was just curious if he owns intellectual rights of anything. Like, I believe,
I'm not
I
sure.
think McFarlane's going to end up writing an episode of this.
Me too.
I think that's when Spawn comes in.
And that ties back
into
into what
here's the way.
I think it was Sam. Oh no, Cat 60. Say your analogy.
Here's the best analogy. Okay, so Coke decides to put out a campaign where if you buy enough Coke, they're gonna send Scarlett Johansson over to give you a blowjob. Okay, because she could probably do it. But anyways, and when you get your Coke and you send in to get it redeemed, they send B. Arthur.
Off the rails.
That's the analogy. That's the analogy. It's because
we should have had you say that
Scarlett Johansson would be a better pick for you. But
they
send somebody that
you don't even want to
experience.
Hey, J1 said, don't put it past her. Be a fool in the bedroom. He said she just sucked. Don't fall through a garden hose.
I'm gonna go back to what Stephen Valadez said.
Go for it.
Look at the dramatic pause. What was that dramatic pause? On the screen.
Pepsi stock just got a bump.
Yeah.
Damn,
but
Joe.
tying it back, was it AM or KM that was saying about the writers?
It was both of us. We said the
me.
same
Oh, okay.
thing.
I think
Just
that's
different wording.
I think that's spot on. Just based on
Absolutely.
the previews that they're giving and what they said in issue 1. I mean, it was on the news in the panel on the TV. They're talking about like, oh, another writer's gone, and then they never talked about it again. That's textbook storytelling. Say what you're going to say it, and then bring it back in. So
That exactly. That's why I thought about it, because it was like, wait, why did we get that same little hit back from issue number 1 with Donny Cates being missing, and that was the perfect way to get him out of the story. Is he's just another missing writer.
yep.
And then since Meta was the one that brought me into this shit about thinking about McFarlane's first go around, well then this would be a perfect way to bring him in. You bring a writer, then he goes missing. You bring another writer, then he goes missing. You bring another one, he goes missing. And then when you find Cates, you get the big shabam. I don't know. I've been thinking about this. I've been going different ways about it as a fan. I still don't think that we're not gonna get the real deal. But I'm just like, I felt like it had to be a build up. I didn't think we were gonna get it real quick. I thought we were going to probably get some kind of character in issue 6, but then when I saw this, I read issue 6 and I saw that image with Savage Dragon and then all of them coming in punching each other.
Did you not see the picture that was just up there? I mean,
that was
on.
beautiful. That was right there. What broke me, I was like, oh. And then when he went missing, I was like, oh. And then if you bring in a writer, then you can fucking disappear him because it's part of the story. These writers are being like either captured, but we don't know who's capturing them, right? And then that's another thing. And then one of the things that I really thought about this, maybe I'm wrong, but the writers are the ones that created these characters, right? What if some of these characters find out that those writers are missing, and their way of going back home is probably getting to these writers? You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. Like maybe some of these heroes, exactly. Now that they find out that they're part of a book or a comic world, they got to go and look at the creators for answers. Now, who's to say that these writers are not being disappeared by the heroes or the villains themselves?
Now, here's that literally what you just said. Who do you think has these writers? Do you think there's multiple thoughts on this, right? A, are they going into hiding? B, are the heroes and or villains got them? C, does the government have them? Or D, maybe the crazy preacher dude's got them stashed away somewhere.
Well, see, that's what I was going with. C, the government has the villains and the superheroes, and they're concentrating on that. And I was going with B, the heroes are trying to go after the creators to figure this whole bullshit out.
How much power?
That's where I was at.
How much power does that dude have? The crazy preacher dude. How much power? He instigated that assault.
Oh, but I'm thinking that's that group of. There's a group of people that are always going to be like hating on, like, I guess if they're going to be pro religion and hate and ban the comics because it's part of like some kind of like devil shit like kind of thing. So if he has that, I mean, he can have founders all kinds of everywhere. He can have people Denver, Texas, it doesn't matter. So wherever these guys are at, he'll have his people giving him info of what's going on, because there's going to be people that are against this whole superhero villain shit throughout the whole state. Oh, yeah. So he's going to have resources anywhere that he goes, because there's going to be people that are afraid of the heroes and villains who, as soon as they see one, they're going to call them up real quick. Like, dude, I found another one. He's right here. That's what I say. So I have a feeling that he has a lot of juice, Jay, because he'll be easily able to get a lot of people on his agenda to go forward with what he believes in is You
Yeah,
know
let's
what?
wrap this up, man.
Oh, my bad, Cat. My bad, 60.
Damn, son.
Hey, Cam, let's do a Saturday talk show where we don't have to worry about ending.
Yeah,
No,
it's kind
I
of
know.
hard because there's a lot of people, starting to talk.
Yeah, you rat bastards.
We would just
He's
want to
like,
do like
"All right."
a roundabout closing thought and then close it out.
He's like, all right, we shut this shit down.
Yeah, so we can go ahead and get everyone's
I love y'all, man. Y'all niggas
initial
are-
thought, and then we can continue this conversation because there's always more to talk about.
Yeah.
And we can continue this next week. And you're more than welcome to come back, Promiscuous.
Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Appreciate you, fam, for coming through. Yeah, my thoughts at the end of this issue 6 is that's what opened up my kind of way of thought about what this issues were going was I'm looking for the writers now. I'm seeing the bigger picture with connecting some of these image characters with you get your little baby characters in here from Top Cow. You get your Hit Girl in there, get you some Walking Dead, and then a couple steps down the line we get the big one. I might be wrong, but I like to say that at least I'm not negative Nancy.
No, he's in the middle. He's right. He's right there.
I got some pies. I got some pies though. You know what I'm saying? I got pies baking in the oven.
Oh Lord.
So, my last thing is I can't wait to see how the story goes forward with episode 7, with volume 7, issue 7, whatever you want to call it. Because is it going to go back in time, and talk about what's happening in other places, or is it going to be after what just happened somewhere else? Because we know it's not going to be where it's at right now, and they're not going to pick up right now from the story. I'm excited to read 7. I'm excited.
All right, Promiscuous.
Yeah, mine's super simple. Just from the beginning when I jumped on, I said this is a big Image homage. Like, I think that they're shouting out to themselves, and I think going off what everybody's been saying about the writers, follow the writers, see what kind of what they own and what they're going to bring to the table. So I think that's a good way to close it.
I would say look for what they own. That's low key, the same shit that Donny Case pulled out. That's the kind of shit that they're gonna bring.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna skip him.
Don't be hey, look. Temper your shit with wisdom and experience is all I'm saying. But I love y'all, man. I love the fact that y'all keep your eyes on the prize and shit, man. And y'all see sunshine and roses and shit. I mean, I love that about y'all.
I guess Meta just fell off the wagon. He didn't need to ease.
Hey, look, it's a good story. Donny Cates is still my dude. He's still one of the best writers that's out. He did this. I feel like this was somewhat a messed up what he did with crossover. Now, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that he is completely in the doghouse, but he got some making up to do, most definitely. I mean, even y'all are saying that he needs to come back, or all right. Look,
I didn't say he needed to come back.
Okay. So before we
back.
get out of here, let me ask one more question, honest question. If he doesn't come back, y'all gonna be fine with the way y'all gonna think you're gonna be fine with the way he left the story. If he does not come back, 100%.
Because I think somebody else will tie it up.
100%.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
All
Y'all
I can say is that if this is the way he wants to leave it, I'm glad he's fucking Johnny.
I'm with Cat 60, man. So
Good riddance.
I don't never agree.
No,
I don't never agree with Cat 60, man. So y'all know this shit crazy.
And here's the weird shit about it. I love the book. I love the story. I just hated the fucking marketing. He was a douchebag.
Yeah,
He hyped it up. He hyped it up like Spider-Man, the Hulk. Everybody's coming in. Everybody. We're gonna have them all. And
we ain't seen
and you get
a net
and you get the
one of them.
paybacks, which are imitators of other freaking characters. His old storyline. You know,
we have got one character. One. Is that one? That's only There's only 0 and then not 0. Can we get the value that is just not 0?
I mean,
That's
you know,
all I'm saying.
there's some big characters in there, man. I mean, Savage Dragon isn't huge,
we
but
all know that those were the given character. The fact that not even Spawn has made a full appearance is some bullshit. Let's be honest.
yeah, that's I'm with you on
done.
that one, man.
I'm done.
I'm
Y'all
fucking
might as well-
really upset
Y'all
that
might as well
Spawn
tie
ain't
this.
in.
Y'all might as well tie this show up, man, because we just gonna keep spinning the wheels here, man.
Yeah, I'm out.
Can I
Peace.
say something?
What's up?
Before y'all hit on the guy?
What's up, man?
I blame it on us. Us as a community, we let him hype it up. We have too high of expectations.
I said that earlier. I said that I was part of the problem with that shit. That we
Yep.
over.
We bought the book. We bought into Venom. We bought into Thor. We bought into Spawn 10. We are the problem.
Rat bastard.
We got fucking issues.
We got hoodwinked.
Now we
Bamboozled.
All right, I'm outie.
All right, man. Peace.
Now that what we were given this week is such a good book, I'm going to tell you why. Because Donny Cates showed you what Donny Cates does.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but all
You
right.
a rat bastard. No, I'm joking. Let's get out of here, man.
I'll have a pie for you too, big baby.
All right. So on that note, everyone's so anxious and eager
I still loved it.
to
I
swindle
loved it.
on over.
I love
I
the
did
book.
too.
Closer's
I love
channel.
it.
And they're still going.
Rat bastards. No.
All right, wrap it up for us.
Come on, wrap it up,
Oh
man.
man!
We need that
But
day.
you know what
We're
will be
not
next
gonna-
week?
Make it like prom night. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if y'all would stop talking, I
Well, obviously,
Not my pie.
me and AM Cam didn't wrap it up on prom night.
Oh shit. Anyhow, you guys know where we'll be next week. We'll be talking about, and we'll be finishing the conversation because obviously there's more to talk about. Pretty sure Cam and J1 will come up with some more mystery shit as they always do. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get on over to
Yeah, we didn't even get to the Hellspawn part of it. So yeah, there's a lot of things we can get into this. I got Meta eating a bunch of Crizzo. I'll
So
see you
since they
guys-
won't let me finish, we'll catch you guys
All right, man.
next week on the next one. See y'all next time.
Peace.
Later.
A nice pie coming to a store near you.
Thank you.